I'm a Brit. I'm going to put it out there. I love my online grocery shopping. We do it all the time. There's Ocado. I've even done Amazon Fresh in the United Kingdom. I've done it here in the US as well. I'm surprised how little dominance, actually, online grocery shopping has in the United States.
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, in the U.S., it's a $1.3 trillion market, $1.3 trillion market retail. It's only like 6% online. If that's the food and beverage is about 800 billion, and then consumables, which is like personal care and household goods, is like 450 billion. But yeah, it's only about 6% penetrated online right now. And what we saw in the UK is actually a great example of like we think adoption is going to continue to go up. And in the U.S. last year, about 12% of U.S. consumers bought grocery online. But interestingly, 20% of adults 25 to 34 bought grocery online. So, you know, when you draw the line out over 15 to 20 years, that older millennial cohort, we think, will drive online grocery in the U.S. And in new proprietary data that we have in the UK, in January of 2017, 34% of UK consumers bought grocery online, and another third said that they were likely to. So it's like it's 3x the adoption of the US, but I actually think that bodes well for US adoption. The UK is just well ahead.
And of course, John, in the UK, it's the likes of Tesco that dominate. Then there's the other supermarket chains. And then comes Amazon. How much of the piece of the pie will Amazon eventually own here in the United States?
Yeah, so yeah, your lead-in was exactly right. So we think it's the number 9 player right now in kind of overall in grocery, and we think it'll be number 3 by 2021. And the reason is they're attacking it in multiple different ways. Number 1 is through Prime, so there's 50 million Prime households in the U.S. Then Prime Now, which is their 1 to 2 hour delivery service. Then Amazon Fresh, which is their end-to-end online grocery solution, in addition to Pantry and the Dash button. And then they're also going physical with their Amazon Go store, which is in beta kind of in Seattle right now. And then they're also going to be doing grocery pickup. So one thing that we noticed last year, Amazon's overall global fulfillment grew 33%. But if you notice, grocery, some of these platforms that I just mentioned, we saw accelerating growth. What I mean by that, Amazon Fresh added 10 markets. They're at 20 at the end of 2016. They started 2016 with 10 total markets in the U.S. So that was a pretty big acceleration. And then Prime Now, in 29 markets in the U.S., it covers about 58% of U.S. GDP. And we think about 5 million Prime households bought goods on Prime Now in any given month last year. And the biggest selling items on Prime Now are groceries, personal care products, and household goods. So they're attacking it in multiple different ways, which they should, because it's just so big.
Very quickly, John, who'll lose out? Is it Walmart?
Who will lose out?
Who will be?
So Walmart's number 1 right now. We think they're going to be number 1 in 5 years. They have a huge lead. We just think Amazon will consolidate the space like they're doing in a lot of other verticals. But yeah, there's definitely a share shift going on. It's partially consolidation and partially, some of the leading players will give share.